Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. This is new customer, new vehicle, and it is 2017 Prius with 42,000 miles. And just little note, customer came to drop off the car and left on the bicycle. But this is so spacious, the whole full-size bike fitted there without even removing the front wheel or anything like that. So that's a really good concept. We have discussed the history of the vehicle. So first they had it out of this area in some wooded nature area, and he said yeah, they had problems with mice and rats, and I can see nobody ever cleared that. This is all actually the remaining of the mice activity, pee and so on. So I'm cleaning first around, I'm vacuuming this area before I will do the engine oil change, and I'm getting out here. You can probably see these are remainings of the rat and mice food. If I bring the light, you will probably see it way better. Do you see those nuts? That was all hidden under that beauty cover. Right, the beauty cover it's off. This is normally on, nobody will remove it. So, and of course I will vacuum that just in the second with the thin nozzle, which will get there. The only other thing at that mileage, I can see somebody was replacing or opening this engine air filter housing, and they lost this little clip. I was looking down there if it's sitting there, and maybe when we are doing oil change we will find it in that bottom splash shield. Now I see underneath it there's a lot of nuts down there inside, but I cannot get there. So let's start that engine oil and filter change. I always slightly crack open this, let it sit there, and pull the dipstick a little bit so the engine oil can nicely flow out of the engine. As everybody can imagine, with these modern cars you have a lot of protective shields, so there's no way you will get underneath the vehicle and you will see immediately the engine oil pan and the filter housing and so on. But Toyota prepared for us this small opening, which is held by the three 10mm bolts, screws. So let's remove those. That should be very easy. It's actually screw. Alright, look at that beauty right here. I grabbed the magnet since I cannot reach there. We'll try to fish that missing steel clip from that engine air filter housing, but so far it's a steel clip, so far I don't hear it. So maybe something else happened with it and we will not find it. No, it's not there. I wish we have found it, but at least we have tried. So you can finally see, I put the light here, you can see the engine oil filter housing. This tiny bit of the oil remaining from previous oil change, and here is the engine oil pan and that usual 14mm drain plug. So let's see how the previous technician tied it. Oh my god, yeah, that's a little bit overdone, but I can still undo that obviously, but I will say it was not needed so hard. Now I have to bring my catching pan because I don't want to have any splashing on the camcorder. I'd better put it further away because that will be a problem. Now I can remove that plug. I can see they reused the blue Toyota gasket. I know it was not done by Toyota, it was some kind of Quaker windshield sticker. Oh my god. Yep, it's coming nice. and good. Oh, you can see it right now. Now you can nicely see the used oil coming out of the pan, and because the drain and the engine oil filter housing are so close to each other, I can grab the Toyota filter wrench, put it on that 3/8 and continue while the oil is draining. So always make sure it's perfectly seated on that housing for the oil. Let's see how this guy tied this one. It should be very small torque, 25 Newton meters. So that person who did the oil change doesn't understand what he's doing. Unfortunately, I will get a longer ratchet. This unfortunately keeps happening despite the fact it's written on it not to over tight it, only 25 Newton meters. It's written on the box with the new filter and gasket which we are replacing, and the reason why it doesn't need to be tight too much, there is an O-ring on this plastic part. That O-ring will be sealing and stopping the oil leak. We will replace it with the new one. And therefore, there's no reason that somebody really tightens this very, very hard. It only creates possibility damaging this plastic part, because that's made of plastic. In past, on some models engines, it was aluminum. This one's plastic. And you don't want to break it. So I'm just showing it to you in the real time. You can see what can happen, what you are facing in the case you will try to do it yourself. Other than that, I already inspected the whole vehicle. As a visual inspection, I walked around. Everything looks fantastic as expected for only 4 years old vehicle, having only 42,000 miles. So you can hopefully see the oil starts flowing from there. I don't want to make mess, so I will let it drip. And if you want to prevent spill out of there, just wait a few minutes and the draining will slow down or eventually stop, and it's easy to remove that plastic filter housing. So hopefully it stopped dripping. Oh yeah, look at it, how easy to remove it. Here you can hopefully see that paper element for the filter, so that will be replaced, and also this rubber O-ring we were just talking about. Here you can see the whole thing. So I will just clean it. You can just squeeze this and remove the O-ring, put the new one. Pay attention that you put it in correct groove. It's always good to loop that O-ring slightly on the surface. Put the new filter and it's ready to be installed back. I will start with the drain plug and the new gasket. So you see the ordering number here from Toyota. It's a blue one, I really like those. Here is the drain plug and I'm ready to put it back in the oil pan. I always do it by the hand only, and after that I will bring that 40mm socket. I always use only small ratchet with that 14mm. That gives me a nice feel for it, and I know I will not over torque it. I'm a little bit dancing around the camcorder to gain the space, so this is perfect. If you want to use the torque wrench, this will be 39 Newton meters. The new filter with the housing and new O-ring is ready. And guess what? As we discussed already, it's the green new O-ring which seals it. It's not how hard I wrench on this. Now look at it, when I will hit the end, it just happened, that's it. I guarantee you it will never leak or fall off. I can wipe off everything one more time if I really feel so. It's perfectly clean. And I'm ready to put this cover, which was here, back. And it's this way. Yep. I will start these screws, 10mm screws with the hand. And so with the low torque setting, that's it. Hop, hop, and it's perfectly back. Back here, the best is use the funnel, pouring new oil in the engine. This is the screw-on model I reviewed in different video on this channel. Really like it. Let's see if I can bend very carefully this plastic to screw it in. So if you do that, you see it's a slightly ½ inch in. I can fortunately use this funnel. This engine requires 4.4 quarts of the 0W20 full synthetic oil. I don't think you can go wrong with this stuff. Mobile One Advanced. So let's pour there 4.4. Oh yeah, I wish you can see that beautiful yellowish honey-like fresh engine oil. I love it. These are nice to pour, they have big opening. I love this. It's a good stuff, good stuff. So I don't want to overfill it. I have to start looking here in the back. So still tiny bit more, and that will be 4.4. Yep, that's it. I'm done with adding new oil. Everybody can always use this dipstick to check that the oil level is correct. Right now the oil should be above the max. There are two dots. That's a top and bottom. By the way, if you look in the manual, between these two marks, it's 1.6 quarts of the oil level. So if I put it in all the way, click and out, it should be above the top. Actually, slightly above. It's like only 2 millimeters or 1 millimeter above the top, which is perfect, because when we will start the engine, the oil will nicely spread, it will go in the filter also, and so on. So I can remove this carefully without damaging anything, catch the remaining oil in the towel and close it right here. This is that filler cap, and it was also saying 0W20. Now you remember I removed that beauty cover for a different reason. For a reason of checking the damage by the mice and rats. So you can see these rubber mounts, there are 3 of them. It's a here, here, and where is the third one? It looks like here. So let me see if I can put it on correctly. And you see, double check, push it in, close this, and we are seriously done. I will still go ahead and put the windshield sticker for the owner, reset the maintenance system in the vehicle, go for a test drive, check that I have no leaks, and I will be finished then. So I hope you find this video helpful and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. See ya!